Hi there and welcome to Mental Health Monday, and we're going to talk about the bullshit mantra. It's kind of like my name for it. I think if you name a thing, sometimes you have power over it, and God, I need as much power over my particular bullshit mantra as I possibly can. It's basically a mixture of a lot of things that becomes the bully inside your head. The one that tells you that you're crap and you'll never fit in and you'll never achieve anything and nothing that you have achieved is worthwhile. All that shit. Sometimes it's louder, sometimes it's quieter, sometimes it's quiet altogether, which is amazing. I love when it's quiet altogether. But, I think everyone, to a certain extent, suffers from the bullshit mantra. Everybody has doubts about themselves. Everyone's afraid of looking incompetent. Everyone's afraid of not fitting in. Yeah, I think everyone suffers from it. And in illness, it tends to gain traction because you're already feeling miserable and your head sort of jumps on that like a frickin' werewolf and starts tearing you to shreds. That's the hardest time to deal with it. That's the most sort of powerless time. That's when it has the greatest sway over you and can throw you even deeper into depression or anxiety or whatever. But even in recovery, you have times where the bullshit mantra really does take its toll. I mean, this past week, I have been completely under the sway of the bullshit mantra. It's been all I could hear. Telling me that I'm not good enough, telling me that I'm not clever enough, telling me that I can't do anything, telling me that I am never going to be enough of a person to fit in with other people, all that kind of shit. All the absolute bollocks that my head has gleaned from nasty things people have said to me and stuff that people have done that hasn't fit what they've said to me. Little things, little tiny things add to all the crap that, is maybe, if you're bullied, given to you by people who bully you, who say nasty things for no other reason than to make themselves feel bigger and stronger and more powerful by making you feel tiny and helpless and crap. And, if you've been in relationships maybe where you've been gaslighted or abused in any other way, because gaslighting is a form of emotional and psychological abuse. And maybe you've been in a situation where you've been physically abused or, sexually abused by a partner or by someone you trusted. And it sort of, it deconstructs your view of yourself, and you are given all these things in your head that tell you you are this and you are that and you are the other, none of which is true. Anything in your head that is telling you that you are worthless, anything in your head that is telling you that you are not capable of doing the things that you want to do because you're not good enough, or that happens to other people and shouldn't happen to someone like you, all of that is shit. There's this thing called the uncanny valley, which is to do with the uncanny valley response. It's to do with AIs and robots, in that people, no matter how convincing a robot they were presented with, would still feel off about it. They would never quite buy it. They would still feel slightly repulsed by it. And one of the things my head attacks me with is the certainty that I will never quite overcome my years of being out of society, that I will never quite overcome my years of being emotionally flat, and that they will always sense automaton Ren inside real Ren. Because you become like a little onion. Like somewhere in there is the person I started out as, that was just sort of like mainly torn apart and only bits of her are left. And I may never know her again. And then there's automaton Ren that I became throughout all the years I was most ill, just to cope, just to endure, just to get through every day. And then the person that I'm trying to become now, the person that I feel I am now. I am afraid that the person that I am creating now will still produce the uncanny valley response in others, that they will see this and they will look straight past it to the automaton beneath and be somehow repulsed. And my brain, my bullshit mantra, it just jumps on that and goes at it like a freaking terrier, gone from werewolf to terrier. Werewolves just tear you apart. Terriers grab hold of something and they keep shaking it and shaking it and shaking it and shaking it until it gradually shreds to pieces. That's how it feels with the bullshit mantra and my fear of people recognizing my uncanniness, you know? And that's part of what my bullshit mantra does to me, and it similarly sort of attacks my dream, the thing I want to do, the things I want to do, by telling me that I am incapable, that I'm not clever enough, that, you know, I'm too damaged, that I should just give up and stay stuck in these four walls because there's nothing I have to offer. It's patently bullshit. Why should I be different to anybody else? Why should I stay in four walls and do nothing? And my head always responds with this, like, absolute piece of crap. I mean, it is the biggest piece of crap ever, and I recognise it as the biggest piece of crap. But sometimes I am actually given to believe it, which is stupid. My head says to me, for people to succeed, some people have to fail, and maybe that's you. What? What? Where did that unmitigated piece of shit come from? Where did that come from? There is nothing even remotely true about that statement. For some people to succeed, others have to fail. What a load of crap, you know? That is some kind of insidious bullshit that I've somehow gleaned from growing up in this disgusting, layered, systemic society that we have, where some people have got obscene and hideous amounts of money and possessions and power, and other people have absolutely nothing. And it is blatantly false and utterly repulsive to me. And sometimes the fact that I believe it makes me utterly furious at myself, because it is such blatant bullshit. And this is the thing about the bullshit mantra, and why I name it the bullshit mantra. So much of it is blatantly bullshit, and blatantly provable as bullshit, you know? It's all the stuff that people have said to you that was meant to demean you and diminish you and screw you up inside like a piece of paper and set fire to you, set fire to the parts of you that mean the most and that matter most. Your self-esteem and your self-worth. All of those things, all of those destructive things that people have said into you that stick into your mind and become this bullshit mantra, you need to punch them in the fucking face. First off, do what I have done, give them a name, call them a bullshit mantra or something similar, something that equally places them in a clear sort of frame that says this is not true. This stuff here that's being said to me by my own head, not true. And not true in the worst way possible. It's like, you know, not just, oh, this is not so true. This is absolutely and completely untrue. This is why I call it the bullshit mantra, because to my mind, bullshit is a damn good strong word to suggest what's going on in my head sometimes. So that's what I would advise you to do with this stuff, because, you know, why on earth would you be wanting to hang on to all this destructive crap? And I know it's hard. Like I said, I spent the last week completely under the sway of the bullshit mantra, totally believed it. Whole week, used to be longer, but a week at this point in time, in this part of my recovery, is the longest I've been under for a while, and I felt quite bad about it. But I feel better about it now. I've had a couple of days to think, and I feel like it's probably because I'm going through a transitional time and everything is a bit difficult, and I think everybody really, really struggles with feeling like they've made the worst decision of their life and that everything's going to go terribly wrong when big things are happening in their lives. So I'm giving myself a break here and saying that was just natural, and because I'm used to being under the bullshit mantra, I kind of hugged into it for longer than most people, and I kind of let it take me over a bit more than most people, but I'm out of it. And if it comes back, I'm going to punch it in the face. So there we go. That is the bullshit mantra. That is how you fight it. And that is why you should fight it. Because you are worthwhile and you will succeed and you are a human being and you have a right to be treated respectfully. Okay. That's that. Next time on Mental Health Monday, I'm going to be tackling a subject that I've thus far failed to. I feel a bit bad about it because it's been quite an important part of my mental health issues, and I probably should have spoke about it when I was talking about my diagnoses. Although it's not a thing that can be diagnosed, it's a part of those illnesses, and that is self-harm. You can't see on camera, but I have them on my forearms, and I will be talking about those and how I feel about the scars now and why it happened and how it was responded to and how it's responded to now. And yeah, I just want to talk about the whole subject because I think a lot of kids, very young kids now, boys and girls, are turning to self-harm as a way of coping with pain and stress. And yeah, it's not a good idea. So I just want to talk about my experiences with it and talk about how I feel about it now, just to share my experience of it and hope that it helps others. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you join me next time on Mental Health Monday.